tiene loco en la cabeza cuando me tocas. Siento que todo está bien, pero en verdad yo no sé si tú lo sientes también. Entonces quiero saber por qué desde que te vi yo vivo diferente. No me importa a mí lo que dice la gente, porque tú siempre la prendes candela. Te quiero a mi lado toda la vida, mi nena. La mano pegada y los pies en la arena. Pase lo que pase, baby, vale la pena. Ay, baby, yo te quiero. Es mentira todo lo que te dijeron. Sabes que mi amor por ti es verdadero. Yo te soy fiel, nena, yo te soy sincero. Juro que yo hago de todo pa' ti, como rábame todo de ti, y yo te doy todo de mí. Hay mujeres de todo pa' mí. Juro que yo hago de todo pa' ti, como rábame todo de ti, y yo te doy todo de mí. Hay mujeres de todo pa' mí. Desde que te vi yo vivo diferente. No me importa a mí lo que dice la gente, porque tú siempre la prendes candela. Te quiero a mi lado toda la vida, mi nena. La mano pegada y los pies en la arena. Pase lo que pase, baby, vale la pena. Yo no sé cómo lo hace, baby, déjame ser el que te complace. En mi mente corriendo base, me quedo contigo, pase lo que pase.
Hey, hey.
Quiero que me ames, me tiene volando en el cielo como las
Yeesh. How's it going, everyone? Sorry about the delay. Let me lower the volume a little bit. So, yeah, this thing started freaking out, and I had to call because no matter where I clicked, just real quick, you know, when you do a right click, the little menu pops up of things for you to do. Well, that little menu was popping up no matter what I clicked on, and I couldn't do a normal click, left click. And it happened a couple times today, and then this time it just started. Here, watch this. Let me show you something. This was freaky, man. That's what it was doing. That's what my desktop was doing with the tabs. Yeah, that was freaking weird. You know, trying to explain to the guy what the heck is going on, and like, was it doing it right now? I think, well, no. It'll do it after, I don't know, a few minutes or whatever. Anyway, that was freaky. So what's going to happen is I want to start. Yeah, I've got a series of 3 videos. Like you read, they're from 2019. This is when she was running for mayor of Raymondville, and they're quite entertaining. And if you haven't known anything about her, you know, from previous years, a lot of you only know her from stuff she's done this year, and this will be very interesting. Oh. Gotta do collar check. Collar check. Hey, everybody, thanks for hanging in there for a little bit. Yeah, sorry about that mix up. Hopefully this clears up. I don't think it's fixed because we didn't do anything except a couple of restarts. So I'm guessing it's going to come back. So once we're done, I'll do a backup of my system, and then I'll reload the operating software. So I got a long night ahead of me. But in the meantime, let's watch a little of the VT Chronicles from 2019. I know, right? Francis, somebody's like, I was like, is this a sign? Maybe this is a sign. I believe in signs. I really do. But I believe my energy is stronger than her energy. Yes. Stronger energy. My masculine energy tops her masculine energy. So, yeah. What about it? Boop. Okay, there we go. If you guys are ready. So these are about 30 minutes each. They're not much longer than that. So these we can do these kind of back to back, and let me give you a little insight as to a Vanessa of a few years ago, leading up to what you've seen this year. And so I will do that. I will run that. My PayPal and Cash App there. Yes, it's out there. I'm not begging. It's just there. And okay, let's get this thing going. Let me kill this music. And here we go. Remember, May of 2019. This is campaigning leading up to the election for mayor. Here we go.
Hi guys, hello. Look, I want to send this message. It's Vanessa Tijerina from Raymondville, Texas, and I am live here at City Hall again with you guys. I just want to let you guys know, I'm going to wait for you guys to tune in just a little bit. I want everybody to know, everybody that was out there, I want to thank everybody. My best friend right here, Stacy, all you guys that voted for me, everybody. Look, I'm not going to lie. This is really, really, really strange. These results, they're very strange. I hope that if this was the will of the people, then I respect the will of the people, and they were not ready for change in Raymondville at all. But I have a feeling these numbers are supposed to be numbers of people that voted in the last 7 days. Guys, I know that more than 300 and something of you voted for me in 7 days. You and me know that this is amazing to me that this could happen. I cannot believe this. I'm going to see if there's anything that can be done about it, obviously. But you guys know that I had one family member stop right now and tell me that 100 votes alone came from their family, and they were upset. They were really upset. They don't believe this. I don't believe this either, you guys. But this is the thing. They're going to rejoice. And again, if this was the will of the people, I understand. However, these folks were too calm before the readings were read, before the numbers were called. They were way too calm. And also, it's really strange. It's just really strange to me, guys. I'm sorry. I tried, and you guys saw me. I answered the questions to the newspaper. I did everything I could. I walked. I raised awareness in every which way that I can. I did everything that I possibly could. And it pains me to say that Raymondville wasn't ready for change, because it doesn't even make sense. It feels wrong for me to say that. It feels so wrong for me to say that, you guys. Like, something inside of me tells me that's not true. And I can't shake that feeling, like, at all. At all. There is no way that I saw that voter list. I saw how many people came out to vote. They were not. There was no way they were interested in this election at all, for any other candidate than me for this seat. And so I find it really strange. So again, I love you, Raymondville, and maybe next time we can have a little bit. I don't know what's gonna happen. I can understand now why people don't go out to vote. I can understand that. I feel like if this was not the will of the people, and if the votes were switched. Because what I found interesting is that what I found interesting is that the mayor got a very similar number to the incumbent. Both of the people that were trying to keep their seats got very similar numbers. And it's not, I doubt that they shared the same voter pool.
Alrighty.
What I find interesting is
So
that
far, so good
only
here.
3-something came out to vote, is what they want us to believe. Only 3-something came out to vote for me and Nicole, the two people that were challenging these two incumbents. I find that very strange. I really do. Don't worry, you guys. If there's something that can be done about, reviewing the results, I'm going to try to do that. I'll let you know, and I'll keep you, involved and everything. However, I would take a lot of caution in Raymondville. Don't give up. Perhaps if something went wrong, maybe there's something that we can appeal to reveal something that perhaps they didn't expect was going to be revealed. It could have been a simple error and just switching of a name on a list somehow. And unless it's investigated, nobody's going to know. No one's going to know. So
Okay.
they're about to announce these results right now. Honestly, I don't have any confidence in these results. This is just so strange to me. But
It was a typo.
I don't feel sad because I know that we did accomplish a lot of people coming out to vote. I do feel sad for the people if this election was stolen. Man, I feel so sorry for you guys if this election was stolen. That means we will likely never, ever get the change that we need if this was the case. This is the strangest thing in the world. And as many of you guys, the only way that we could possibly make a big deal about this is if people who voted for me say, Vanessa, I voted for you. 50 people that I know for sure voted for you, and these 50 people are right here.
Yeah, see, so she was already starting with the voter fraud or whatever a long time ago.
These people voted for you. And when that number starts to pass 3-something, and it starts to get closer to the number of my competition and the number that he got, that's a red flag. That's the only way that we're going to probably...
She was already setting it up. If she loses, it's because somebody took the votes away.
Whatever candidate has ever said...
She doesn't want to believe the possibility that people just didn't vote for her.
I think these votes were stolen. Let me upload it, and if anybody cares to get together and say who they voted for, at least that is enough proof to compel a higher power to say what happened here.
So she's already saying that there was fraud before election night is even, the polls even closed, and she's already saying votes were stolen.
Something happened. I know that more than 300 and something people voted for me in 7 days. That's why this is sad. I'm sorry, you guys, but please know though, this is your mayor. That's, unless we can figure something else out, and this is you guys did not want change. I don't know what to tell you guys. I feel so bad. I tried all that I could. I tried all that I could. A lot of you are disappointed because a lot of you are here and you telling me that you're disappointed. But either way, thank you so much. I did my best. I really did. And I tried. I believe I tried harder than the person that was running against me to prove that I wanted to represent you guys. So thank you so much. And I'm going to sign off already. I don't think that we're going to win this election at all. And I think this is If this was not the will of the people, this is obviously their outcome, you guys. This is obviously what they wanted. Oh, here we go. Here's the results.
Here's the results.
There's no one.
I say that.
Yeah. Yeah. You see, everybody's saying that they switched them around. Yeah. Everyone's saying that those 800 were mine.
Because they're scared of you.
Yeah.
They're yours.
Yeah.
I
know.
They're yours.
I know.
Valdo's helping him count.
What?
I saw him stick his head out.
What do you mean?
He just stuck his head out. He looked out.
Why?
Did you see that?
That's not right.
Yeah, I know. A lot of things that are happening with this election are not right. The results are in. But we all know who's going to win already, you guys. This is so sad.
Why is it sad if the people
Hey, Jess.
voted and they said what they wanted to say?
Man, what?
They voted for what they wanted for. Why is that sad?
Baby girl. Come here, baby girl. We're going to wait, you guys. You guys already know how it's going to turn out, but we're going to wait. But there's no way. Everybody knows that there's something really strange that happened with us. Very strange.
Everybody. Now we're waiting for the city election.
Just waiting, you guys. That's crazy. God sees everything, Delium. Yeah, I know. I just feel really sorry for Raymond though. I really, really do. I feel really bad for them.
I don't know.
We got it. Hey.
Thank you, Angela. Thank you. I appreciate it. Where's Nana? Everybody's saying that they messed with the votes. Everybody.
Oh, there's Nana.
I'm going to go sit over here because we're going to be able to tell by their reaction. You know what I mean? I'm going to sit over.
You're still going live in that thing?
Oh, hell yeah.
I don't want to be. I was already on it.
Audrey. Just waiting, you guys. I'm waiting for you guys.
So, I mean, it's good to have confidence, right? Everybody should have some level of self-confidence.
There's 800 votes.
But there's also has to be, you have to be realistic. You got to set your expectations at a reasonable level. And if things don't go your way, it doesn't mean that it's a conspiracy and everybody's out to get you. And then, which she hasn't learned, if you keep running so many times for so many different things and you never get the votes, what's wrong? What's wrong? Something is not right.
I do believe it has to be about 1,500. We're waiting. We're waiting.
Pretty much right.
Hmm?
Pretty much right.
Yeah, I think so. Well, obviously, especially if this was not the will of the people, then this is absolutely the outcome that they wanted. Wow. I have a feeling that the story of this election is not over. I really, really sense it. Yes, that's what I'm looking for.
You know me out here this? Bro, my back's hurting.
Seems like a carnival almost, right?
sorry, you guys. I really am. I really tried as hard as I could. You guys saw that I tried. I don't think, I don't know if you've ever seen another politician in Raymondville or Wilson County try as hard as I did. Really? There's no way.
At this point, she already has a few arrests.
We're waiting, Brianna. We're waiting for the final numbers right now.
She does have a few arrests already.
I watch them be like, he actually got it.
This is live now. I'm live now, Levine.
Still waiting, you guys. I'm waiting for you guys because I know that you guys are anticipating. So what do you think? I think so. I'm not gonna go over there because we'll be able to tell by their reaction what I know. We're gonna be able to tell by their reaction exactly what it was.
Your daughter's in my class.
Oh, I recognize you. You're beautiful.
I don't know her name. And she is my cousin.
Jackson, come here.
I got
Here, let me show you guys what it looks like here. So we're still waiting. I'm not going to go over there because we're going to be able to tell by... We're going to be able to tell.
Yes, this is from 2019, May 4th, I believe.
Actually,
May 4th of 2019. This is when she ran for mayor of Raymondville.
Could you ask for that?
A recount?
Yeah, but I'm saying like
somebody
somebody
outside.
from the outside to come into the recount.
Not them.
You'll probably have to research.
Yeah, I do believe that the recount is not going to be the same people. I think it's really strange that they have the police chief involved with this counting stuff and that he has anything to do with it.
To me, the fact that the people that were doing the votes is a conflict of interest because they work for the mayor
Yeah.
right now. That's a conflict of interest.
Going
And
on
conflict, it's against the law. So from the get-go, somebody else from a neutral party should have been in charge of the election. But like I said, that's my opinion.
but it's good. It is fishy.
It's
Audrey? Still waiting, you guys. If you see me waiting, it's because we still don't know what the results are. We're still waiting.
She had more than 300.
Exactly. There's way more than 300 something, guys. Oh my goodness. There's way more. There's way more. That's amazing to me. So you know what bothers me the most?
The city has never had a French time.
What bothers me the most is that if this did happen, if they did do something with these numbers, which is so obvious.
Obviously.
That they took away the joy from this night from the people, because even if we get down to what it really was and we figure out, you know what, they did do something that they shouldn't have done, they're never going to recreate this moment for us in this city. They took it all away. They stole it all away from the community. If that is the case.
Right away she starts with they stole it. They stole it.
It's just like, it makes you feel like, why run? They're not going to
Yeah, not only why run, why vote?
Why vote? Yeah.
That-
Why vote if
you
they're gonna
know,
vote for you?
when you Exactly.
Why do it
Exactly.
then?
Exactly.
Somebody asked a question.
The neutral party needs to come in and be in charge
Lily.
of the whole election.
That's the way it should be all the time.
Yes,
I don't think that the same city people should be in charge of
Cody.
the elections.
because that's
This
a
was the
conflict.
Cody
It's an
era,
absolute
okay?
conflict of interest.
This was the Cody era.
Wow, I can't believe this.
I keep hearing a little
You never even heard his name.
bell
until
go
he
off. I was thinking it was mine, but it's not
You
mine.
never heard him. Nothing. You know what? I mean, when has he ever gone to go meet?
They're making good points. The people that I'm talking to are making good points. And you know what they're saying? They're saying that
I don't know. Yeah, why are they taking so long? Why are they taking so long?
they're trying to figure it
They're
out.
trying to figure out.
Elections, county numbers don't take that long because it's numbers. It's simple math.
And have you ever seen anyone?
That whenever you're trying to figure something out and move numbers around, you're gonna take a longer time.
A long time ago.
They finished the school elections.
That's 1 year.
So she thinks that they're setting it all up and fudging with the numbers right there on the spot.
And they went to Mayor, except for Samoa. But these other two won.
So who lost?
Garcia lost, and Villarreal, and Loya. And yeah.
Wow. Well, at least we got 2 new school board members, you guys. You're gonna tell me that we got 2 new school board members and we got the same municipal court judge and the same mayor? No way.
All the same people that voted for this. Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly.
Us the voters, we voted for the
Exactly.
change. What happened there?
Wow. The same people,
I'm so glad.
virtually the same people that voted for the new school board people were virtually the same people that voted for us. They voted for change, and so they want us to believe that they only want to change at the school board.
I don't remember. I don't know.
This is getting interesting. Isn't that strange? The school board election, I believe, had more numbers, and their election is already cleared. It's already done. We already got the results. Isn't that strange that they're still working on these?
I don't remember because I didn't go live. But I know
Oh, Daniel, thank you so much. Angel, Guajardo, thank you so much. Ida, I love you guys too. Myra, I love you. Thank you so much, Myra. That means so much. Smiley, that means a lot. And I know that you don't always agree with a lot of the stuff that I say and do. I'm getting emotional because I'm seeing people that didn't even always agree with me, and I know they supported me. There is no way that these are these numbers. There is no way.
Getting emotional because she got a vote.
And how strange it is that they're still working on that.
Thank you for your vote. No, I have 3.
So strange. There's no way, Manny. Look, the school elections are already done. We already got the final numbers for the school board election.
I just learned that right now. And
Why are we waiting this long? And we waited long for the early voting for this
made a
election.
mistake.
It's not. I don't think it's a mistake that they made. I think they created a mistake.
I presume that you're correct on that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
This one's almost over.
I did fight the good fight, Norma. Thank you so much. I really did. Thank you so much.
And who are these people? Just
There's the results.
with-
We'll see. We're gonna see right now.
like just behind her, no matter what, egging her on, and she's doing the crucifix 3 times. Yeah. Yeah, he's not gonna help you. He's not gonna help you with this. Sorry. Doesn't work that way.
I didn't know what side the camera's on.
It didn't go our way, guys. What were the numbers?
You 519, him 1,018.
Yeah, they're saying that Gonzalez got 1,000 votes in this entire election, and I only got 500. So, you guys didn't want change. You see, even me saying that seems like I'm going against what the truth actually is.
Isn't it funny? As observing, the numbers that are coming out are not what was shown as people voting.
What do you mean?
It seems like less people voted according to their numbers.
Guys,
So her opponent got
That's it?
just over 1,000,
we
and
didn't get
apparently she
voted,
got
at least not tonight.
500.
And again, I don't agree with this. There's no way that they're going to make me believe that. At this point right now, I don't believe that I only got 500 and something votes. There's no way. There's no way.
Which I would say that's not too shabby, to be honest.
Understand that there's something wrong with this.
I'm
It really
surprised
is.
you got that many.
Somebody was
gotta
too
go before
afraid
it
of
gets crowded.
change. I know. Everybody's shaking their heads, walking away from the door.
That's not right.
Sorry, guys, it's not right.
Who's walking away, shaking their head? Show it.
I know.
Sounds like to me the people that were supposed to win, that people wanted to win, won.
I love you so much. This is not the end of this election. I don't think this is the end of this election, but you know, if we need your help, please understand that it is because we only want to make sure that it was the will of the people. That's all we want to make sure is that this was the will of the people. Thank you so much. Bye, guys. So yeah, I feel so bad.
Now she's comfortable in the car.
So bad. Like I feel I feel like I shouldn't have lost. I think that's why I'm stunned. Like I don't think that this is amazing to me. This is amazing. But that's what happened, guys. You guys take care and don't give up. And I don't want to talk to anybody right now. I know. Thank you.
Be strong.
Thank you.
This is only the beginning, Mika.
I know. Thank you.
And they're gonna regret it. I guarantee you.
I know. I don't think that this is what these people wanted. I think something happened, but
I know.
Thank you.
I'll get with you later on.
All right. Thank you. Oh.
You had a good turnout, como quiera.
Thank you. You need to be careful.
No. I'm good.
Yep. That's it, you guys. I'm signing off. And again, I'm gonna do what I can to whatever resources are available to me to be able to make sure that this indeed was the will of the people. That's what's gonna happen. And yeah, take care. Sorry, you guys. I tried as much as I could. We all tried. Obviously, we all came out to vote.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Good night. Thank you so much. Tomorrow is Cinco de Mayo. Party responsibly, you guys. Bye-bye.
Alrighty, so that was election day, May 4th, 2019. Now we're gonna jump to the it was called the aftermath. All right. So this is called the aftermath. We'll just call it the aftermath. And there's one more. And this one is 34 minutes. So it's not bad. So the election happened, didn't go her way. She got just over 500 votes, which I would say is not too shabby. But we don't get the votes. It's usually for some reason. The voters were not comfortable with you for some reason. And your job as a candidate is to figure out what those reasons are and then fix it for next time, right? And so what she's doing is what she's accusing Myra of doing right now. She's blaming it on the voters. She's blaming it on the people. Oh, they don't want change. They don't want change right now. They want to leave things the same. So let's see what she says now. This is called the aftermath. I believe this was from the next day, the next morning, or the next day at the very least, May 5th, all right, of 2019. Oh boy, don't want to hear that music. Cowboy hat again. I mean, a cowboy hat is not, I don't know.
Right into the music that you may hear. How's everybody doing on their...
Yeah. Are you aware that it doesn't matter that you say, I do not own the rights to any of the music that you hear right now? It doesn't matter if you say that. It means nothing. So people, I know back then, people didn't know, and that's what they were saying, so they can play the music they wanted. But that's got no bearing legally and doesn't give you the right to play whatever you want to play.
I'm ready to break my silence.
I got to keep it turned on because of that music.
Doing hi.
I'm not going to get blocked for this. I'll tell you that much. I'm surprised his video didn't get blocked by Facebook. Ugh.
Hello, Miss Letty. Hello.
This is so annoying.
Hello, Edgar.
Maybe she was riding a horse.
All right, you guys. So
Here we go.
I'm breaking my silence. All right. I'm not going to answer to any really. I've kind of said what I'm going to say, and I'll say it again right now. And you know what? Hold on. I'm not going to let those trolls hijack my entire post. I am first going to address the little ones. So it wasn't until I went over to my oh, you guys are still there. Okay. Here we go. So this video is out to this young little gentleman. He's praying for me right now. You know, his grandmother called me, and his grandmother said, my grandson wanted to meet you for so long, and he finally met you, and he was rooting for you and everything, and even he knows that there's something wrong with the numbers that you got on your election. She said, my grandson said, I hope she's not giving up. She cannot give up. She's not going to give up. She's not going to give up. I'm not going to give up. And I'm making this video because of you. You inspired my video. And you reminded me of all the little kids that I saw that I wasn't even aware of that viewership when I went to go eat lunch at Pittman Elementary School with my little girl, with Audrey. And so when I went to go eat with Audrey, I was waiting for her, and the kindergartners came in, the first graders came in, and then by that time I was like, well, Sinida's about to come out. So I had planned on going to go eat with her later on in the week because I was already working and campaigning and stuff. And so then I said, I'll just wait. And so the second graders came in. You guys, they all recognized me. They all recognized me. All those little kids, they're boys and girls alike. And it was a kind of recognition that it wasn't just like, wow, it's like a famous person. It was like, wow. It was like, you know, it was different.
She can't describe it because it's just because you're not famous. You know what happened? This is what happened. The teacher.
It was amazing. It was because.
Hey. The teacher went to the day before and said, this person is going to be here tomorrow. She's going to be here tomorrow to talk to you. She's coming to talk to you. This is Vanessa. So when they saw her, of course they recognized her. Otherwise, they wouldn't know. These little kids, how would they know? They wouldn't. And she's trying to describe this feeling or a way. I got to play this again.
This person, it was like, wow. It was like.
Dig for the word.
You know, it was different. It was amazing. It was because I saw the strength in their eyes and the possibility of greatness simply because they saw somebody from their hometown that was so strong in their convictions and so strong in doing the right thing that they never gave up. And so I made this video because I wanted people to know, I wanted the young ones, the children, the ones that watch these videos that are watched maybe by accident. That generation saw me and saw our movement, us, the generation of now, but this coming generation that I met recently simply because it saw me in person, that knew about me, which I didn't know about you guys, but now I do. And because of you, and I know that you exist, and because I'm your role model now, and I am, no matter how much there's some adults that don't want it their way, it's going to be your way.
I'm your role model now. Hey, that's friggin' scary.
And they don't like it. And they're not going to go easy, guys. They're going to go.
You know, it's never a good thing when you call yourself a role model. It really isn't. It's a compliment if someone else meaningful says that you're a role model or touts that you're a role model for whatever the reasons. That's different. But to call yourself a role model, I think that's sacrilegious. Yep.
It's going to be your way. And they don't like it. And they're not going to go easy, guys. They're going to go kicking and screaming. I'm not kidding. You're going to refer to this video, and you're going to remember that Vanessa told you that. Because it's true. They're not going to admit it to you. Some of them are. Some of them that don't mind admitting it to you will. But other people won't. And you just remember that as long as there's people like me, or that support people like me, or people like me understand people that need to be supported, that we can make things happen. And when people try to put something in our place like an obstacle or an obstruction, then what you do is you
can't do that.
You go around that as best as you can in every ethical, legal, and lawful way possible. And so as long as you maintain that, then you maintain democracy. And that leads me into the second part of this video. So now I'm pretty much more mindful of the young ones that are watching this. And I've always really been all the time, because my little ones are going to grow up. And unfortunately, Raymondville, people that may not like my sort of approach to making sure that things are done the right way locally, you will have my 2 little girls to contend with. And I'm sure that they will do as much as they can to help this world as much as they can, because I can feel it. I can feel it. I can feel it. You're going to feel the love that they have for humanity, just the way that you feel the love that their mom has for humanity. And on that note, you might want to get your kids out of here, because what I'm about to say right now isn't going to be so, it's not something, or maybe you know what? It's going to be something that these kids are going to want to know.
Oh boy.
Because it's time that we start teaching civics at the youngest age possible. Because if we did that with the society that we have right now, people would understand immediately after last night's votes that there is no way that you guys got the numbers that you got. There can't be. The reasons that I'm saying this is because at this point, I'm not kidding. This video is now out here. I am fearful for my life and the life of my children, simply because of the things that they've involved. They've involved everything that they possibly can to try to sabotage my election. They've involved my extended family, or the father of my children. They've involved a lot of mechanisms to try to make
just reach for things. They involved the father of my children. They involved my family, and so you can see from 2019 to 2022, not much has changed.
We look criminal in the eyes of the public, and none of it's worked. And these people are not showing me the hate that is being, these people there's some people that are showing me hate, and that's going to come with change. And a lot of these people don't understand that you're not supposed to have these positions in government to do what you want. You're supposed to have these positions in government because you make a promise, guys. You make a promise to these people that voted you in that you're going to do everything that you can for them in the right way possible. If there's a project that's in place, if there's something that you need done, if there's streets that need to be repaired, if you foresee some kind of problem, if you see that there's an existing problem, if you see something can be done better, if you see they can have money be saved for them, if you can see that you can make their town look more beautiful, if you can see that they can look their town more desirable to people that want to seek businesses, or if you can, if you want to seek, if you want to make the town or the county look like some place where people want to establish their businesses, that's why you got into local politics. You did not get into local politics to allow the friends or family or compadres or relatives or not, or anybody that you have a conflict of interest with, to capitalize on your position in the government. You're just not supposed to do that. When you do that at any level, whether it's super tiny or so big that you have ventured into the realms of criminal, way past ethical, because the minute that you even get on the scale at all, that means you fell below your standards. That could be a simple petty cash thing, not even that, sometimes that's serious, something very, very simple, or something huge like an election. So I get a call earlier right now within the last 30 minutes that says that some of my voters went over to the police department. And whenever they went to the police department, and I want to say this because if you're able to be involved in changing an election, and you've already been heard around town saying that you're going to resign or quit your job if a certain candidate, moi, wins that seat, then that means that there's something, you have high motivation, big motive to tamper with such an election. That phone call told me that when this voter went to try to place their vote, they were told that the ballot machine was broken. The first red flag was that you did not immediately let the candidates know. I'm sure that there's some rule or something that states that you must tell every candidate whose election is affected by such a decision, an occurrence. That is an occurrence. You guys don't have that's an incident regarding an election. There's no incident reports or an incident report like policy that is in place to place a little flag there on that incident to let candidates know that perhaps there's something that needs to be looked into. I think so. Or if there's not, there should be. And if there's not one in place, then that's a totally different question for the Texas legislature. If there's nothing like that in place, you guys, what are you guys doing in Austin about elections? Somebody needs to go in there and give you a few pointers of how you can make things probably a little bit better. But right now with Raymondville, guys, why didn't you guys tell anybody? Please, it matters. Were you? I don't know what's going on. Look, I want to say this. I wouldn't be Vanessa if I did not pursue all I could to make sure, hi Patty, that I did everything that I could to make sure that we took precautions. I'm a nurse by trade. If I didn't take precautions with a patient, I'd be falling way below my standards. You have to take precautions with patients because you have to foresee any possible disasters regarding, the baseline state in which their doctor wants them to stay in. There are certain guidelines within which you have to stay as a nurse. That translates into politics simply because instead of one patient, you're talking about many lives. And so it's humanity that's involved, not just one person, but a whole entire group of people.
Nicole, this is from 2019.
And so when
just like you see right down there,
or something flawed in the electoral system, you're basically silencing or corrupting
mayor of
corrupting
Raymondville
an election. You're corrupting the voices of an entire group of people. Why would you do that? So
she was a candidate for mayor of Raymondville.
That makes me scared for my family, because if you're willing to put yourself at risk for federal charges and really serious election fraud like that, that means to tell me that you have no fear. That means to tell me, and I should have known by now, but the thing is, I can't give up. The thing is that you guys took a lot away from me and my family. You don't want to admit that because, like you, I kind of freaked out when you would start to shake my hand and be nice to me and sweet to me, even after you guys were doing really bad stuff to my family and me, after we were just trying to seek justice. And so I've learned over the years that that's just part of politics. It's the ugly side of politics, but it's something that I do because everybody else has to do it. So I'll shake your hand, even when I know what's coming to you, just like you shake your hand to me before and after you know what's coming to me and things that you have planned coming to me. So I was naive when I should have known that you didn't learn your lesson when you tried to indict me a week before my election.
You see what she did there?
And you didn't learn your lesson the first time that you got me arrested. And you didn't learn your lesson the third and fourth time you got me arrested. You didn't learn your lesson messing with my life. The thing is that I care more about people than you think that I do. The other thing is that you think that I'm not as smart as you think that I am. You don't think that it's a coincidence that the police department has way more votes on election day than Elsie Smith does, and the historical center simply after I read the election laws. You guys did that to make sure probably that there was over 1,000 votes to disqualify this race from being contested. I just read the election code. I'm not stupid. And I don't think that the voters of Texas are stupid. And people that reside in Raymondville are voters of Texas. And so by you guys thinking that you guys could possibly fool with the ballots, that's interesting. What's interesting is that you made this election go in complete and total numbers, probably over 1,000. I don't know what, that's a possibility for me. For me, that's a possibility. Some people might say that this is whiny. And you know what?
Yep, it is.
I'm the typical woman that's trying to I'm trying to progress my society and my people in a way that a lot of people before her have tried. And they see now that I have the possibility of doing that. And I'm doing it
Hey,
in the
Gretchen.
most hardest, most difficult, most savage area to do politics ever. In the United States, there is no more savagery. There is brujeria and everything involved in every level of every way in the politics of the Rio Grande Valley. When you cut your teeth on any part of the politics in the Rio Grande Valley, you're going to get skewered. You're going to get roasted.
Have you been to Chicago at all?
You're going to get obstructed in every way possible. Like in every way possible, you're going to get obstructed. Every way. On paper, your credentials, they're going to come after your family. They're going to come after any possible person that they can get a little bit of warrant on simply for, stepping on the line of a sidewalk. If it's possible to indict somebody, they're going to get indicted, even if they won't follow through with prosecution. They may think of even killing you or hurting you or maiming you or one of your children. All that matters. All of it matters. And the thing is, this election and this seat is not just for me. Ultimately, I can go on with my life. I could just give up and I could be like, you know what? I super tried. I tried more than most people do. Maybe there was a few people that tried before me in the same capacity and that put themselves and their families perhaps in a situation that required them to, simply because what they needed to do was greater than what anyone else would do. And that's the only way to change things. So just in case something happens to myself or my family, I'm making this video.
Ugh.
Because come on, guys. If they're crazy enough to get me indicted a week before my election, who indicts a mayor that is really hard to discredit? Who indicts a mayor?
Wait a minute. You're not a mayor. What? Okay, let's keep hearing this.
That's not an idiot. Who indicts a mayor that has a ginormous following in relation to the area in which she lives, on the topics and related to, I'm not selling jewelry here. I'm not, making fantastic things for people to buy to put on their faces or in their hair or on their body or to hide imperfections. I'm doing something that is really hard for women to do. I am trying to change our little bit of the world here in Texas. And for a woman, it is difficult. For a Latina woman, it is even more so. And so things that I didn't like in regards to my election as well, other than the problems and issues that people are telling me at the local PD, this is not just my election that it's affecting. This is the election of other people in the city. And maybe what happened also helped other elections. But guys, what I hate is,
I didn't think she was going to ramble so much, but apparently she did back then too.
Influence or affect elections, period, in any way, little or small or tiny. Like if you get on a scale at all, whether it's big or small, the scale that says, this is how much election fraud you can.
You mean those little scales where you weigh, how much drug is put in a little baggie? Oh, okay. Sorry.
You're able to get away with. If you get on that scale at all, because there's like federal crimes, federal time, and there's like zero. Like if you get on the scale at all, like it's bad, like whatever it is, because it's bad because you committed fraud. Like you took voices away.
Oh, so you're saying that welfare fraud is bad because it's federal. Yikes. Yikes. Yikes.
From a people's that matters. And so things also that I did not like, again, they're telling me, and it's the Rio Grande Valley. I myself am a ninth generation Texan, and I know that in the small area that I live, there are families within families within families, and there is a lot of nepotism. And if we want to talk about nepotism in the United States, the Rio Grande Valley is full of nepotism. And nepotism is not bad until you allow that connection to become an absolute conflict. And I don't like any kind of nepotism. In fact, when I see that in a process, that taints the entire process to me, and I don't trust that process. And I don't trust the people that are in charge of overseeing that process, because it makes me feel as if they're hiding something and they only want their kind to see it. And they're trying to shut out dark, and there's no transparency. And when I see no transparency, that's a red flag to me that there's something happening. And so when I saw that there were certain officials from Raymondville in certain rooms involved in certain processes that have a lot of motive to make sure that I don't win an election and that I don't win mayor, that bothers me.
I don't know where that came from. No More Cheeseke's Lies, or anybody else who's been following her for years. Where did that come from? That people just don't want her to, like, they don't want her to be online. Like, why? Hey, screenshot moment. I just noticed it. Get your screenshot moments. We should put that picture on top of Bam when he was on talking to her, right? And she's like, yeah, that's funny. That's funny. Anyway, when did her world get all like ultimate victim? So this is obviously before that kidnapping and the assault that happened, Christmas Eve. But why? Where did it go wrong? What happened exactly? I know people are just annoyed by her. They're just annoyed. More than anything, I think they were just annoyed. Like, oh, she's on again. That's my guess.
There's me greatly. So some people want to say that this is whiny. This is not whiny. You want to call the lawmakers that made these election laws whiny? Because that's what you're doing. If you want to say that you're proud of Texas, that you want to make fun of somebody that actually takes advantage of the law that somebody put great effort into putting together, you're going to tell me that that's whiny? You're going to tell me that the ability to take something to court is whiny? No, it's not whiny. And the reason that it's not whiny is because it's necessary. These things are in place simply because if something is tainted or wrong with an election in any way, you need to have the ability, just like a patient, to take precautions. I'll tell you something. I have never in my life seen a city hall guarded by that many police officers ever in my life. Ever in my life. There is so many conflicts of interest that are involved in that. There is a city manager involved in the election, and I'll shake your hand. I'll always shake your hand. But we know that there's some things that I haven't talked about yet. But if anything happens to me, it will be talked about because I've already made recordings.
Goodness, this crap of anything happens to me.
Happens to my life, there is something out there to tell what it is that I thought would happen and what it is that's going on.
Because you want to be mayor of Raymondville, somebody wants to kill you. Most people don't know where Raymondville is.
And so I want people to know that I'm not giving up. And I don't like that there was a lot of conflict of interest involved in my election. For us to get that many votes that they believe that we got they said that we got a lot of votes.
500.
That's the one thing that I want to say. We had virtually the same people out there every single day. There is no way that the majority of those votes did not go to me. And we can say all day long that some people may lie. People aren't going to get out of bed for that. They're not going to get out of bed for that. They're not going to get out of their houses. They're not going to make time. They're not going to come in carloads for the same thing. They're going to come in carloads for something different. And no one's going to make me think differently. And so these processes are in place so that we can make sure that the powers that be involved, that the watchdogs, that they didn't need to be watched, or that they were watched. And if they weren't, then we know what happened. So I know that there's going to be a lot of people that are saying, oh, she's demanding a recount. This is the thing. Recounts typically are difficult.
Will she demand a recount? Part 3 is coming up pretty soon. Will she demand a recount? Let's tune in.
They're very difficult because it's usually talked about in huge, big elections. We are nowhere near 1 million voters. We're talking about less than 2,000 votes. They want to make us believe that only 300 and something people came out to vote for me in 7 days. No, I don't believe that. And we have the right to make sure that things were done in the right way.
As of right now, what are you talking about, 1 million? As of right now, Raymondville has a population of 10,005. Maybe 10,006. That's from last year. 10,510 that's the number. I mean, I don't think people are flocking to move to Raymondville. So if anything, let's just call it 10,005. So using the from down here, the law of averages, that's about the right amount of voters. People that voted, people that cast a vote. And why does she think she's so popular that she should have had more votes?
And that matters. It really does. And there's going to be a lot of people that are saying, just give up. Just give up. It's me. I don't give up. I can't give up. Because if it's not for the people that don't give up, there is no change. There is no meme in this world. There is nothing in this world that will stop me from trying to do the right thing. There isn't. And it's up to people like that to not give up. Look, if somebody else wants to do it, I'll pass over the baton. You tell me that there's somebody else that's willing to call out corruption, step up to office, because for 5 years people said, well, you run for office, Vanessa. Why don't you run for office? I never shared the post where I said, if I was mayor, I would do this. And that was 4 years ago. And so I stepped up to office. But this is what happened. I have the right to pursue whatever means there is that I need to pursue to make sure that those votes went for me. And I know that you guys are counting. There's a lot of people that put a lot of effort into this election. And you're going to tell me that we're going to give it up just that easily in case there was a problem? If there was a problem at the police department with the elections and with people telling them that, I'm reaching out to my voters now. I'm reaching out to any voters. When you went to the police department, when you went to any part of the polling places, were you told that the machines were bad? Man, if you guys use machines for election fraud, that means that you guys aren't as sophisticated with the machines as I thought you were. Because that means you may have messed with the number, with the actual. So I wonder how that person voted. If they voted with a ballot, because the machines were broken, huh? I don't know. Maybe you guys did the both, messed with the machines and the ballot. I don't know. Either way, there's no way. People want us to believe that people came in carloads for my competition. I am sorry. I don't think so. No. I'm sure there is people that are willing to do affidavits saying that these people called. No, there is no way. There is no way. There is no way. There is no way. The majority of every person that ever went there.
Okay, so if you need to send money to a relative, some urgent situation, would you take $5,000, wrap it up in a rubber band, put it in an envelope, put a stamp on that envelope, drop it in the mailbox, and would you be okay with that? Would you feel secure that $5,000 is going to make it to your loved one in a couple days? Would you trust that? See, that's how you have to treat, unfortunately, mail-in votes. I know, generally speaking, the post office does a good job, and it's got flaws, yes, but wherever possible, go and vote in person. You can vote from your car. Just drive up. If you're driving someone, they'll bring out the ballot to the car, and they can vote in the car. You don't have to get out of your car. So wherever possible, don't mail in. Vote in person. Vote in person. Treat that ballot as if it were $5,000 cash. Do you trust it to go in U.S. mail? I don't. And a few times I have sent cash, it's been wrapped up in so much paper. And yeah, I was like, man, I hope this gets there. So always vote in person whenever possible. Make your arrangements, make your plans, figure it out. Sad that I have to say that, but I believe that.
And I know that people say that they voted for certain people. I get it. I really do. I get it. But no, we saw this. There's a lot of us there in every single camp, and we saw every day. There are certain people that did not get the amount that we saw there for them either. That freaked me out. I was like, no, this isn't right. This is not right. So anyway, it's not whiny for me to do that, because you know what? I'm doing what I'm doing to progress. That means I need to get everything at every level prepared for the generation that's coming. I'm doing this for the marks of the world.
4 minutes. 4 minutes.
I'm doing this for the girls of the world. I'm doing this for the ladies. I'm doing this for everybody that thinks that they can't do it. I'm doing this, and I cannot give up. And please don't think that I'm an idiot or the people that help me are idiots, because we're not. And we have a right to do this. And everybody that thinks we're whining, honestly, I mean, really, does it really matter? It doesn't matter. This is, we're going to do what we can. Come on. I think anybody would understand if they had some people that absolutely have the motive to not want a candidate in power be involved directly with that person's elections, and be involved and over one of the polling precincts that's over those elections. I think anybody would care about that. I mean, come on now. But the thing is, if you guys didn't count on me being so open about it and putting my foot down and raising awareness to it and not giving up, and I can't. The problem is you took everything away from one person. And when you take everything away, or when they only keep when they only keep
Oh boy.
what they fought for, if they were able to keep everything, you make them so they have nothing to lose. And when you make them have nothing to lose, they're fearless and they don't stop.
She's gotten much
And so I'm
much
appealing
better
to my voters.
at the fake tears now than back
If you
then.
went to any voting locations and anybody said that you had any problems with the machines, anything strange that happened, please let us know. And like always, for the past 5 years, everybody's always remained anonymous. Please understand. I won't say anything. I never do. I don't like doing that at all, because then people, they don't trust. That's why they don't trust people. I'm just making sure, because it's probably going to be a while before I do another video, so I'm just waiting, and I think that that's everything.
Copy that. Copy that.
I think that you guys can understand why I'm not going to give up. I think that you guys see that it's not just about me. It's about all of us.
Jeez.
It's about all of us. And nobody's standing up for all of us. And if somebody was, I would step down, but nobody is. And as annoying as you guys think that I am,
You would not step down. Come on. Cut it out. No way in hell could you do that.
I got to keep going. And this is it. That's what it's all about.
Cue the music, huh? Yeah.
And if there's anybody here that gave me any comments,
All right. I'm going to wrap that up here because, well, you know why, because that music. So that was part 2. That was the aftermath of Election Day. Now, where is... Now, this one is 33 minutes. Remember, we said something about demanding a recount? Let's fast forward 11 days to the 16th of May. Do you see how she is right now? I mean, back then, and everything you've seen from her now, do you see where that was? It was born back then, but she's been running along with the same narrative that it's a conspiracy. People want to keep her down. They don't want to see a woman in power. They don't want to see a brown woman in power. Somebody may try to do something to her or her family. Yeah. So now we fast forward. We'll call this part 3. Yes. Recount? I don't know. Let's find out. 33 and a half minutes.
hi guys, hello. It's Vanessa Tijerina here, live in the Rio Grande Valley, Raymondville, Texas. Say hi, babies. Look, no, we're here. Right here. I'm here at Raymondville City Hall. For those that are interested in how my election is going, I'm about to submit if you guys remember, I was here just a few weeks ago, and I submitted the original petition I had thought when I was getting here, I had thought that I had already had emailed it to them, and something went wrong in the communication process there. And so, if you guys saw that live video, I hand wrote it. So I'm here again because today at 5 o'clock was the deadline for the amendment, and you can only amend it once. That's it. Like, it's really strict. So, okay. And so somebody's going to take the camera for me. Okay. All right. Okay.
Let me know what it's about. Okay, all right. I'll talk to you later. Come on in, Vanessa.
Thank you.
How you doing? Hello. Good. I got your email. Hey.
How you doing?
Do
Do you want to check it before?
Yeah, before this was the last time, okay?
So she filed for a recount.
Okay, this was the last one. Vanessa. Okay. So I sent you one back. That's okay. Amendment. I can explain it. Okay. And the ones you need to do amend, the only ones you need to do amend were 7, 9, and 10. 7, state Vanessa Tijerina post office box. Okay. What does it say? And at least one telephone number. You want to put it in there? You can just write it in. Statement stating the PO box, just right there on the side of this one.
It does cost money to ask for a recount.
The 50, hold on, no, it's 16, 5/16, 2019, and the time is.
And with the Brownsville Independent School District, that election, a recount is in the thousands of dollars. So it's not like it's just, a couple of $100 or something.
Statement address, telephone number. Same thing. Right, same number again. Am I right in there again? Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah. So you should state the mailing at least one
Yeah,
telephone
because
number.
number 7, it only asks for the name and residence address.
Okay, so you can put that. I'm sorry, I was reading number 9.
Okay, so
It's good. You're good.
I don't want to put that in because you're not going to say that that's like a mistake,
No,
right?
no, it's fine. You can just put it down again.
Who cares? Just put the number down. What the hell difference does it make?
That's fine. No problem.
That way there's not
And then
more
the next one you should
information.
have, number 10, you should have mailing address. Gonzalez. We have a different address for him, office application, right?
I'll put that down.
Right, which is, I sent it to you. Vanessa sent mail. Right there. Deborah Gonzalez, 645 South 10th Street. That's off his application for ballot.
That's correct, Lab Girl. They would allow you to submit a request for a recount if the numbers were very close. And some have a criteria. If it's all right, if it's within 100, yes. If it's within 250, yes. But if it's over 500 votes, they're gonna no.
7546.
Okay.
I'm surprised they even allowed it. I mean, you know what I mean? The money.
Amended petition. Okay, items missing. You state you did that already. You should state the mailing address, telephone number. Did that already. You should state mailing address, telephone number of any of the opposing candidate for the office. You've done that. All right, you did the deposit already. If you're done with that, so then once received, we will enter the date and time the amendment was submitted, which we did already up here.
Mm-hmm.
Let me put mine here. I'm going to go ahead and put 5/16, 2019, and I'm going to put mine down to 446. Submitted. I'm going to put approved on here too.
Wonder how much that
If the
costs.
recount petition complies with the applicable requirement, we shall approve the petition and note of the petition its approved status. Submitted and approved by me. That time we'll order the recount and send notices as per the mailing. We'll be sending those out tomorrow. The actual notices for recount, which the recount is going to be Tuesday at 9 a.m. All right. You'll get an official notice tomorrow. But
Okay.
if you just want to know for right now,
Because, well, what about the availability of my poll watchers?
we call it. It's Tuesday at 9 a.m. We have 7 days to call it. We decide when we're going to call it. We need to, more important for us are going to be the judges.
Oh,
Make
no,
sure the
no,
judges
I know that, but the thing
So
is,
your poll watchers can show up at that time.
well,
I also have a poll watcher form for you.
well, no, not that. Well, like, under what code does it say that you guys set the date? There's no negotiating?
No.
Where's the code that says that?
Okay, I'll have to look it up for you, but if you want to wait,
I'll wait.
sure, have a seat.
So she doesn't agree to that date. She wants to
We give
negotiate
it up to 7 days.
when the recount is going to happen.
Requirements for recount. Submission. Branding of
The question should have been, okay, how is the date of a recount decided?
An election on which below comes authority. Time for submitting. Petition winning candidate. Final action on petition. If a recount this is 212.0131. Final action on petition. If a recount petition complies with the applicable requirements, the recount coordinator shall approve the petition and note of the petition its approved status and date of approval. We've done that.
Mm-hmm.
The recount coordinator shall immediately notify the recount supervisor of their approval. The recount supervisor shall, with written approval of the recount coordinator, order the recount to be held on a date not later than the 7th day after the date the petition is determined to comply with the applicable requirement.
There you go, within
see,
7
there's-
days.
No,
That gives the
but-
recount coordinator, hold on, you're asking me,
Yeah.
1 week to call it.
Yeah, but it doesn't say that it says
Yeah,
you
okay.
have a week to make the date for the recount, but it doesn't state that your side of this issue is the side that decides upon that exact date.
The recount coordinator shall immediately notify the recount supervisor
Exactly.
of their approval. The recount coordinator shall, with written approval of the recount coordinator, right?
Mhm.
Order the
Stop.
recount to be held,
Mhm.
right? On a date not occurring later than the 7th day. We have up to the 7th day to do it, but I can do it before the 7 days are over with.
Yeah, I get that.
From 1 to 7 days.
Yeah, I know
We're
that.
gonna be,
But it doesn't say
we're
that,
gonna be doing it on Tuesday.
Yogi, but it doesn't say that you guys set the date. So I don't, and you know what,
It
right
does
now,
say that. It says we set the date.
look, we have until next Friday. We have 7 days. Is it 7 business days, including the weekend, or 7 days?
7 days.
7 days. So
No.
we have until next Friday.
No, you don't. You have the date that we set the date. We have
It
up to
doesn't
7
say
days.
in the statute that you guys set the date.
You'll be getting a notice from Miss Vanessa tomorrow.
I'm telling you
With the
right
date.
now that Tuesday's not good.
Well, too
I'm
bad.
sending you a notice when we determine that date's gonna be.
No.
So if you wanna
But
appeal
the
it,
thing,
take it to
no,
court, do what you need to do.
I
but-
shouldn't have to take it to court. I need you guys just to go by the rules.
No,
And if the rules do not say that you guys hard and fast set that
It
date,
just said that.
no, it didn't.
Okay.
It didn't. It said you had 7 days to set the date.
We have up to 7
Up to-
days. No,
Yeah, to
You
set the
didn't-
date, to
you
get
did
the
it wrong.
recount done.
We have up to 7 days to schedule the recount,
Exactly.
not 7 days to do
But
it.
you don't schedule the recount and it's hard
Yes,
and
we
fast.
schedule the recount.
Well, if I'm the
We
candidate,
schedule the recount.
I'm the candidate, I want to be there.
Right, that's why you get a notice.
That's why I'm telling you that you have up to 7 days. And I'm telling you, if that statute doesn't state that, hard and fast, that you guys set the date and there's
What I'll do,
no
what I'll do
negotiation.
for you tomorrow is I'll call the Secretary of State and I'll get that clarified.
No, I'm gonna call them too. You call them
That's fine.
too, and we'll see what they tell both of us.
If you'd like to wait
And
right
I
now, we
think-
might be able to call
Yes,
them right now.
please. Hold on. Usually the lawyers aren't there after 4:30. Do you need the number? I have the number.
Yeah, you have it on top of your head. Go ahead.
Never. I'm on live video, so no, it'll break the feed.
You don't care about your feed. The hell does he care that you're broadcasting
Sit
it?
down, baby girl.
And if you'd wait till tomorrow, I'll have it clarified in the morning.
You know me and the rules. I don't like it when.
I follow the rules to the letter of the law.
Well,
So
we have different interpretations of the same rules.
it's certainly up to you to think that.
Man, I would have said, you know what? It is what it is. See you Tuesday. Not my problem if you can't make it. Make your arrangements. You know?
Yeah.
Part of it, she's being a tough guy for the camera. That's a big part of it.
Can you ask them specifically what I'm asking, not in the way you want to ask them? Come here, Ben.
Right there, I would have hung up and said, get out of my office. We'll see you Tuesday morning. You have a problem with that?
And if I'm wrong,
sue me.
Then I'm wrong. It's option 2.
Karen at the election office. Karen at the election office. Yeah, that's what I said. Nobody's answering. He's like, fuck, nobody's answering. Damn it.
Fuck.
That only gives me 2 business days. That's not right.
Yeah, may I have the legal department, please?
It was option 2, just so you know.
STFU. Gretchen, thank you.
Yeah, Heidi. My name is Ezra Garcia. I'm city manager, city secretary for the city of Raymondville, Texas. I have a question.
Sit down, baby, on the floor. Sit down.
City of Raymondville, Texas. I have a question regarding recount, conduction of a recount. Our candidate requesting the recount has submitted an amended petition which qualifies with all the applicable requirements. She submitted it before, just a few minutes ago, so she met the deadline. We're scheduling the, as the recount committee, supervisor, we're scheduling the recount to be for Tuesday morning at 9 o'clock.
And I'm not available on that day.
She's saying that she is not available, nor her poll watchers are available for that day.
She don't have poll watchers.
We've already set that up with our recount committee members.
I
our
don't,
judges.
sir, can you not tell them what you already did? Just ask them what the rules are.
Oh,
please.
man.
Let me speak, please.
You're adding stuff. That's
Get out of
not
the room. I would
necessary.
say you have to leave.
She's saying that Tuesday is not enough time for her to be able to show up to the recount.
Yes, sir. But tell
She
them
just-
what you
she
said.
just filed it right now.
Tell them what you said. Tell them that you said you are the one
Right.
that sets the date. We can't hear. Can you put it on speaker?
Vanessa, if you want to call her, you can call
Can
her.
you put it on speaker?
No, I'm not.
Why don't you want to put it on speaker? Ma'am, I'd like to hear, I'm the candidate, ma'am, and I'd like to hear what you're telling him.
See,
That's the evening, right?
Can you please put it on speaker?
the first problem is when you're looking at a difference of 500 votes, that nope, does not qualify for a recount. No, just no. And just end it right there. Not just allow it for the sake of, hey, we're going to make some money on this one, so let's do a recount. That's where they made the first mistake right there. The second mistake is letting her try to dictate in his own office what to say, what to ask. It's like he said, go make your own phone call. You want to call? Go and call. I would have kicked her out of the office already.
There's no problem with this. This is not a private conversation.
She's looking it up.
I'm not even going to say anything right now. Can you please put it on speaker so that everything can be open? There's no reason for any of this to not be open.
I'm sorry?
I
I'm
can't.
holding.
How do I know what you're saying? How do I know what she's telling you? Well, I don't know if she's saying anything or not. Well, why do I have to be quiet if she's not saying anything? Wow. Can you please consider putting it on speaker? Because I'd like to.
Go make your own friggin'
I'm
phone
on the
call.
spectrum, Yogi. I want to hear somebody tell you that because I'm not going to believe
Go make
it
your own friggin' phone call.
unless I hear them tell you that.
Then you can call yourself.
Well, it's really easy. You can open up the communication.
I would say, you know what? I apologize. Goodbye. Click. Go make your own phone call. Goodbye. That would have set her off. That would have been so good.
Can you please ask what the latest date for me to have the recount is?
I would have said, sit your
I'm sorry,
ass
I'll
down
do
or
it.
get out of my office.
Yeah, one more. Correct. At least 18 hours before the recount is supposed to begin.
Wait, at least 18 hours what? You're only
Before the
saying
recount.
at least 18 hours what?
Notice.
I'm not saying everything.
Okay, so we can do it 18 hours after I give her the notice.
Ma'am,
Okay. Thank you.
you're not even, Yogi, you didn't even you only said what you wanted people to hear.
You can call her yourself.
You
and
don't,
and
you
give her a
probably,
good day.
she probably wasn't even on the phone right
We're
now.
done here. She wasn't on the phone. I don't
Wow.
lie, Vanessa.
That's
This is the truth.
crazy.
So
That's crazy. Can I have a
If you-
copy of my petition, please?
if you want the recount, I've sent you the law several
No.
different times.
No,
You just don't want to read it.
no, sir. You didn't want to keep an open dialogue there. There's a reason for no
If you want to
transparency.
come in the morning, we can call her again, or you can call her yourself.
No.
You have 18
Yeah,
hours.
call her
after you
yourself.
get the
My
notice.
amendment, please.
You have 18 hours after you get the notice.
That's not good. I don't have 18 hours. You have 18 hours to start working on it.
That's not how it works. You can wait up front. I'll get you the copy in a minute.
No, that's okay. I'll get my copy on Monday. I don't agree with any of this.
Thank you.
That's why I'm running for mayor.
Mm-hmm.
I have a lot to say about that. No, baby.
I should see your comments.
I can't believe this. You know what? I'm gonna wait for my copy. So let me tell them I want my copy, and I'll talk to you guys while I'm waiting for the copy.
Got about 15 minutes left on this video.
Sir, I'll have my copy. I'll wait for the copy. Is it after 5? Yeah, no, it's, oh yeah, I'll come in the morning. I can't believe this. Come on, baby.
Come on, babe.
Thank you so much. I will call you. Hold on. I'll call you. Bye. Okay. All right. My goodness, I cannot believe that. Come on, baby girl. Come on, baby girl. Come on, guys, over here. You know what's on my mind. I'm already going to ask you guys right now while I'm getting in my car. Please tell me, if you were in that position, wouldn't you have put it on speaker? I know I would have put it on speaker. What do I have to hide?
I
What do
wouldn't.
I have to hide?
You don't tell me how to do my job.
There's nothing that I have to hide by putting it on speaker.
Call
And
yourself.
for some reason,
Call
he was
yourself.
bothered by transparency.
Call yourself.
No person that works for a public position outside of an executive session should ever be bothered by transparency. Ever. Hold on, please.
annoying.
Okay, I'm live. Sorry, guys. So, anyways, who's gonna be bothered by transparency? I couldn't believe that.
Close that
I would
door.
have never ever done that. I'm sorry, you guys. Somebody is wanting to talk to me, but they don't realize that I'm live. That really bothers me, because if they can do that to me, knowing that I'm going to ask and I'm going to question and everything, what are they doing with people that they know aren't going to ask questions? And I think that matters, because how can we be okay when our elected officials are okay with the people that work for us and serve the public have an issue with transparency? Does that not matter to people?
You know what? So obviously this is a Friday. They want to do the recount Tuesday. Isn't it better to do the recount ASAP, as soon as possible? If you're so paranoid about the count and the votes and the ballots can disappear. You give them more time. We've seen this before. Happened recently. Ballots can disappear. Other ballots can show up. Stuff happens when there's too much time in between. I would have said, what about Monday? Do it Monday, quicker. It's all about the presentation. It's all about how you request, right? You're starting to be an a-hole. Does he want to be helpful to you? Nobody's going to want to be. I'm glad it was so quick. I would have done, okay, Tuesday, fine, quick.
Does it not matter to people at all? 1 second. You know what? I'm gonna look up that statute right now. 213.00. What I saw written. That's what I saw written. 213.
They're gonna say, this is what they're gonna say. What they say, you've got 7 days. And they're gonna say, well, it's at his discretion. It's up to him. You're gonna be a butthole to him, then he's not gonna work with you. He's just gonna pick his date. If you're not gonna be a butthole to him, well, maybe he'll work with you. Maybe he'll bend a little, okay, do a different day. All right. What is that? You attract more flies with honey, or bees, or whatever that says. More honey than vinegar. So what do you expect?
Shenanigans was about.
You want to be a Karen? Expect Karen results.
Okay, here we go. Here we go.
Why doesn't she just call? She should have just called. Thanks, Gloria. She should have just called.
Requesting a recount.
You know, I asked No More Cheeseke's Lies. I asked someone else about that. I said, is that a lady's hat, or what is it? Why is it so tall at the top? It doesn't seem proportional. You know what I mean? And I don't know. I know nothing about cowboy hats.
I'm just trying to get an answer for you guys right now, because I don't want to do another video later.
Oh my God. Can I show this?
That's weird. No.
Can I show
That's
this?
strange. I'm sorry, you guys. Honestly, I was taught that unless you see it, in matters that are this important, I was always taught that unless you see it or read it, then you don't know for sure. And the fact that somebody didn't want to press the speaker button to be transparent of a conversation, to make sure that the candidate that's asking you the question, and the thing is, he didn't even ask the question the way that I told him to. He asked the question because he wanted the outcome to be the way that he wanted it to be, or he wanted to be able to say something so that I was just going to be like, oh, okay, I believe that one portion of the conversation that you're telling me. Why don't you let me hear her part of the conversation? And you guys heard me and saw me. Should be nothing to hide in public policy at all.
That was great.
Unless you're in an executive session, there should be nothing to hide. And you should not be frustrated whenever there's people that are asking you. You know, if I'm on the spectrum and I'm doing something that's very important, and I want to make sure that what I'm being told is the truth, and I want to believe the communication that you're telling me, then you don't continue to hide things. Because for me to believe that communication and to receive it properly, I'm going to have to believe that it came from a really true, credible source.
Gloria, thank you so much.
Like
appreciate you.
That needs to. That's like Yogi saying, "Oh, you need Braille to read this because you only read in Braille." Well, I'm going to only give you half the alphabet. How am I going to understand everything if you're only giving me half of the communication? And how can you want me to believe something if you're only allowing me to hear half of a communication, and you know I'm a person that has to hear it from the source, and the source was there, and you could have put the source on speaker and you didn't want to, and that speaks volume.
Call yourself
to professionalism, to sensitivity, to tolerance, to service to the community, and that says a lot. That what happened right now, my city manager, if I was a mayor and he did that first of all, that wouldn't be happening. He would have pressed that button. I'm telling you right now, he would have pressed that speaker button. If I was a mayor, he's going to press that button. So just so you know, but you know what? That's probably what's leading me to this recount. So, let me say. So this recount. Why am I doing this recount again? I heard the mayor's daughter on the other page, because somebody said, what's the status of the recount? And she said, we're just waiting or whatever. And she says, and we're ready. I don't know what you're ready for. Vanessa, I don't ever do anything for the purposes that regular people do things. I just don't. To think that I'm doing this recount because of whatever you're thinking, because I feel, a certain way, would be unwise, because you have no idea what my motives are. And you have no idea if I'm looking for something even bigger and more important than that. And so all of that matters. And a recount is part of the sanctity of our democracy when it comes to our electoral process. A recount is there to maintain democracy. It's a checks and balance system. And anybody who has a problem with the checks and balance system has a problem with transparency, has a problem with exposure. And if you are in a private life, well, that doesn't matter. You get your privacy. But if you are in public service, it's a red flag to me when you have a problem with transparency. And these folks, want to say, things about, negative things about this recount. The thing is, knowing that people are going to go forward and do these things, what if we find some things? What if we see that there's ballots that, boxes that weren't sealed, that there was, what if we find that there was, tampering? What if we find that everything's prepared and ready for us to count on the count day, which would be a huge red flag. It would be a huge red flag. What if we found that a lot of the ballots couldn't be authenticated? What if we found that a lot of the ballots look like paper ballots that were just, not fed through a machine, but somebody just scratched in a paper and scratched in a name? What if we find that they're not able to go follow some of the processes that are in that code? And you guys, it's that man that's going to be overseeing every part of this electoral process. Do you think I feel comfortable? Do you think I feel comfortable? I don't feel comfortable with that at all.
I said, this is Raymondville, Texas, not a mega metropolis of 13 million people, where people are going to conspire to create all kind of fake votes and come on. The disparity between the votes is 500 plus. 500 for a small community like that. That's a lot. If it would have been 100 or less, well, maybe you got a point. But 500, I think the mistake was for the city of Raymondville or the county, the city at this point, the city election, for them to even allow recount. There should have been, the criteria should have been, if it's 100 votes or less, yes. If it's more than whatever, 250 or 300, if it's more than that, then we will not grant you a recount. That's the first mistake, and that's where that should have been nipped in the bud right there. Secondly, or thirdly, call your freaking self. You got the number. Call. You could have been on the phone right now doing all that stuff. Instead, you're on live complaining.
At all. Who would feel comfortable with what just happened right now and knowing that that person is going to be in charge of saying, oh, okay, it's your right to look at that, or no, it's not your right? Like just right now, he could have easily, during this recount process, he can easily say, no, you can't look at that. Well, what do you mean I can't? These folks, none of these folks that I've ever had a problem with have ever had a problem with breaking those kind of white collar crime laws. They are still crimes. It is Class A misdemeanor to refuse to allow somebody who has the ability to observe every process of a recount or of a count. It's a crime to not allow people to look at certain information. And does that make me feel better just because there's a law in place? No, it doesn't, because I've seen where these elected officials don't care, and the people that work under them don't care. And no matter what kind of law there is, look at the thing with Jesse. That was federal law for students with special needs. They didn't care, and that's a school. That's a school with children, our most vulnerable of our demographic and every population in the world. That's this man's wife. This man here, the man's wife, that his wife is the one that was the special education director that it was okay with everybody violating federal law. Do you guys think, so you're going to tell me that none of that matters? There's nothing strange there? Are you kidding me? Hello? Are you going to say, okay, well, no, they're just totally separate kind of folks?
Why didn't she just pick up the damn phone and call? Yes. Who said that? She even knew all the extensions. She knew what number to dial, what extension to hit. You could have got your answer already. And they would have said, I'll say it again, he's got 7 days, and they're going to say, well, that's at his discretion. It's his office. That's what they would have said. Instead, she's on here blabbing, complaining, Karen with a capital K. Jeez.
Come on, you guys. These folks are both in business. They're both in, in public service and things like that. And I've already seen this man violate all kinds of disability rights. This matters. And the thing is, nobody else is calling these folks out on this stuff but me. And so I look like the troublemaker. Look, if good change comes out of all this trouble that I'm causing, and nobody is hurt in the process, and if people feel hurt, but it's not a real hurt, it's hurt because they were caught with their bad choices, that's not my fault. And that's actually a good thing in our community. So I don't know why anybody would have an issue with this recount. And I don't know why anybody would assume that this recount is being done for the purposes that other people do a recount.
It's all about the delivery.
I utilize whatever resources I have at my disposal, and everything that I know that is at my disposal, I utilize. Like a survivor may utilize some stick to do something in the wilderness. I utilize the processes that are available to me. Okay, I can do that. Well, if I can do that, then in the process of doing that, this can be done. And that's how I do things.
Few seconds left.
So it would be unwise for folks to, to try to figure out why it is I'm doing it. But whatever, I hope that everybody does everything the right way, and we'll see what happens. And you guys just saw what I'm going to have to deal with and what I've been dealing with for 5 years. We have a lot of work to do, Raymond, though. And we have a lot of voting to do.
Well, as you can see, not much has changed over the years. Yeah, something about you. Yeah. Very, very true. So I will look up some more vintage stuff, more that had to do with this. So what I do know, and somebody can tell me if I'm wrong, I think No More Chief Keys Live might be able to back me up or correct me on this. But I believe they did a recount and the opponent actually got more votes, if I'm not mistaken. I think that's what the result was of that recount back then, if I read that correctly. Yeah. You know, when you I have the ability at some point, I mean, if something's not going your way, you just, I'm done. All right, I'm walking away. I'm not gonna. You gotta choose your battles. Oh, I feel like I'm gonna sneeze. I'm not. You gotta choose your battles, and then when you engage, you gotta know how to talk to people. You don't talk to the guy like the way she was talking to him. Of course, he's not gonna be cooperative. You get what you give, right? So. Obviously, none of that has stuck in the last few years, and it's more of the same. So, tomorrow, yeah, I guess I'll be on. Tomorrow's the best day in the world tomorrow. So I try to go on a couple times. We'll see what else I can dig up. Yeah, I'll see if Bam's available. At least tomorrow night he will be. During the day he won't be. So I appreciate you all very much spending some time with me on this early Thursday evening. Now I'm hungry. It's time for dinner. Oh man, if you knew what happened to me yesterday with the blender. I swear, it was like a Seinfeld moment or like something on TV. So I'm making some I guess it's too late now. It's too late. I already started it, so I got to tell the story. So somebody said, yeah, you could make, here's a recipe for some quick salsa. The tomatoes and the serrano peppers, the blender, Cool. Boil, blah, blah, blah. Cool. Boiled? Yeah, okay. Now put it in the blender. Okay, cool. Drain it. Drain the water out. Put the tomatoes and serrano peppers in the blender. Cool. And it's an old school blender, right? So it's got that black cap you put on there, and in the middle of the cap, it's got the little plastic piece, right? That's removable. Okay. Put the cap on, turn it on, liquefy. Cool, man, it was quick. All right? Take a look. And I sent the message, and I said, hey, this is working good. I liquefied the crap out of it. So I said, let me liquefy some more. And I noticed the little black, whatever it is, the removable piece from the top that covers the, the blender. Or what do you call it, the blender? Whatever. That was falling. It was like, it wasn't on even. It was like not on right. So I was like, oh crap. Let me grab it. Instead of stopping the machine, I should have stopped it and then fixed it a little. Okay, no. So I grab it and I'm just trying to set it right. It freaking falls through. And then poof, sauce on the walls, sauce on the ceiling, sauce on the refrigerator, all over my curry coffee maker, all over me. Got a burn in my eye over here. Freaking mess. Freaking mess. It exploded. Because the little thing I caught in there, it just poof, blew the cap off. Whatever was left of the black. Oh man. So that's what I spent my night doing, is cleaning up. There was sauce everywhere. There was still some left. I still have some. And the little black piece that fell in didn't get disintegrated. It didn't break apart. It just stopped the blades from spinning. But it was like right out of a movie, man. You see that happens to people when they're pouring milk in and try to make it shake, and they forget to put the top on and they hit the button. Yeah, it was like that. It was like embarrassing. I was like, man, I'm glad nobody was here to see this. At the same time, I had to fess up and yeah, it was messy. It was messy. So, and I still have some left, so that's what I'm gonna go have right now. Make some quesadillas and some of that salsita. And it's good. It's really good. Simple recipe. Brilliant. Maybe I'll share it. But not right now, because I'm gonna go eat. Tomorrow is, I'll let somebody else tell you. Tomorrow is one of the greatest days on the planet, ever. It's a special number. It's 11/11. And I should have taken pictures. I know I should have. I didn't think about that until after I started cleaning. I was like, let me just clean up. If I tell the story, they'll gotta believe me, because why would I admit to something like that, right? So, yeah, that was. And then, okay, so I'm making quesadillas. And just like when I used to cook out, I don't cook out. I don't have a grill at the moment. But when I used to cook out a lot, I was always making fajitas, skirt steak. And no sooner than one piece of skirt steak was ready, I'd put it on the plate. I'd start eating it, make a taco, and it was gone before the other piece is done. So what happens when I'm making quesadillas? As soon as one is done, I'm finished with that one before the other one's even. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to try to make 3 or 4 of these things and have a nice little plate of 3 or 4, but that could never happen because I just kept eating them as they were. You guys do that? Eat what you're making, and you can't sit down and enjoy your little plate because you ate it and you enjoyed it while you were cooking it. Well, yeah, so I've got that habit. And but now I'm gonna try it today. I'm gonna try to make a bunch of them without eating them until they're done, and then I'll go over here and sit on my bed and watch some TV while I'm eating the quesadillas and some of that sauce. So it was 3 Roma tomatoes, and I used 4 serrano peppers, just like that. And I thought I was gonna die from, heartburn that night. But it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad at all. In fact, I don't know if the spiciness kind of boiled away or something or whatever. But it was good. It was tasty. And yeah, and I'm going to do that again at some point in the next week. I'm going to make some pico. I love the way I make my pico de gallo. And I'm going to make some more of this simple basic salsa. Don't have chili. I think I do. I think I do have some in the back. I just don't know how to make salsa. I don't. And my sister don't make it. And I can go buy some. There's a restaurant that I used to like to go to. It's called Lilia's here in Brownsville. And they make a good one. Molcajete sauce. Good stuff. But I don't think they'll give me the recipe for that. Pretty sure they won't. So I'm going to figure some stuff out the next few days and play with another recipe. Although I like this one. It's a real quick go-to. Real quick. I mean, they were done in, 20 minutes roughly. And yeah, next time I'll take pictures. I took pictures of the stuff boiling in a pot. Stuff like that. And I think I took a photo of it in the blender. Didn't I do that? I thought I did. No, maybe not. Just in the pot. Anyway. All right. That's all I got for you tonight. Thank you for being here. And I think Ben will be here tomorrow night with me as well. We'll do a little something tomorrow. Maybe I'll look up some more vintage VT, some crazy stuff, and see what I can come up with for you guys. Everyone have a great night. Thank you so much again. And have a good Friday. We'll see you tomorrow. If you have the day off, enjoy your Veterans Day. Use it as a day of remembrance to those who've passed to give us the freedoms that we have today. See you guys tomorrow.